If you've run your personal business in the past or anything related to managing somebody's business, that qualifies you to apply for roles like business development representative or even a lead generation expert. You can also transition into digital marketing. You just need a little bit of skill upgrade and then tailoring it into something that would thrive in the current day and age as someone who wants to work remotely. With all of that not so glamorous experience, I managed to land my first remote job as customer experience expert with a non-Nigerian based company, which was the beginning of my remote job career. But like I said, I needed to know a thing or two to improve my skills when it comes to working remotely. What kind of remote job tools do they use, like Slack, the Zoho, Asana, HubSpot, and all of that? There were skills I had to pick up along the line because I knew it was important. So you see, skill acquisition cannot be traded by any other thing. Even with all your experience, you still need the proper skill that your employer wants. While that was going on, I had to go for my NYC where I served as an admin assistant or an admin representative, however you choose to put it. And because of that knowledge, I had to translate it or transfer it into virtual executive assistant. But that was not all I needed. Clearly, I needed the skills and tools that an executive assistant would be expected to have if I was supposed to work remotely. And so I took an ALS virtual assistant training, got the certificate and all of that. I worked briefly as an executive assistant. I didn't even get paid for that role, by the way, because one thing led to another and the company couldn't continue operation. So I had to stop working with them. And so when I was done with all of that and I needed to get a new role, which was partly in sales, I knew that I needed something that would prepare me for that. So what did I do? I became more serious with content creation, trying to understand how one can just grow their brand. Even though I wasn't selling a product at the time, I needed to know how I could grow from 1 subscriber to 2 subscribers to my first 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers. I learned on the job how referral marketing works, how you could get people to just do things for you by promising them a reward. And obviously, big companies in this time and age, they do all of that. And there were so many other tips and tricks that helped me grow my YouTube channel from then up until now, 800 plus subscribers, even though I've not been very consistent. But at the time when I needed to get the job as a sales executive in finance and insurance, I already had a little bit of that background. So during my interview, I kid you not, that was what I presented. I had an experience with trying to build my own brand and growing my subscriber base or my subscription base. I also did a little bit of business while I was in school. It was selling shoes and all that. And that was part of what I presented during my interview. I also tried to explain to them how I wasn't scared of rejection and I was used to people saying no, which was something very crucial when it comes to sales, lead generation, and closing deals. You have to be ready to face objections because you're not just going to meet people and be like, oh, I want you to do XYZ. And they'll be like, oh, yes, let's go and do it. You're going to face rejections. And because they knew I already had that background, it was an edge for me, even though it was not a so formal experience or previous experience. That stood out and I got the job.